Thanks, Gaurav, for those sweet lines. I believe I'm mostly a runner who also has to work sometimes. So I'll talk for the next few minutes about running and about why you should run your own race and not a race designed for others. Okay, let me take you back to 24th November last year. It was a very important day for my life. I was in Ahmedabad. It was early morning, say 4:45, 5 a.m. The sun was still not out. I was standing on the start line of Ahmedabad Marathon. I had trained for the last many months, and I had one singular goal in mind, which was to run a marathon in 2 hours, 59 minutes and 59 seconds. I did want to be a sub-3 marathoner, which is something very, very few people do. So I started the run and kept on running. About 42.2 kilometers later, which is the distance of what a marathon race is, I finished the race and I looked at my watch. My watch read 3 hours, 1 minute and 7 seconds. Yeah, I was 67 seconds short. And after months of training, months of diet control, saying no to late night parties, practicing discipline, being singularly focused after also having a job to do, I failed. This was not my first attempt. In the last 7 years, I have made 4 serious attempts. I've come close each time. This was 67. I've lost count of the others, but mostly it were like 3 minutes or 2 minutes. So I have come so close, still could not do what I had aspired for. So it sounds to all of us that we would be devastated, we would see that this as a failure. But what happened over the next few days is I did not feel dejected, I did not feel disappointed. I actually wanted to lace up again, train again. And I enjoyed going to the stadium again, pumping the weights in the gym. And I just wanted to do the same process again, this time even without a goal. And that's when it hit me that maybe the finish line or the goal that I was chasing all along was not where happiness lied. Maybe the real race was happening somewhere else. Dear teenagers and their parents and fellow friends, sometimes we run races which are not ours, especially teenagers. You are mostly running a race which is not decided by you. It's a race that your parents have designed. It's a race sometimes your teachers tell you. It's a race that your friends are doing, or social media is telling you what school, And when you are at this stage, school ranks you, it has to. Society ranks you, it tells you Sharmaji's beta is better than you. And social media shows you the highlights of everyone's life, which sounds very cool, very great. And what you start doing is you start running, but not towards what you want to achieve. It is always towards with the fear of being left behind. So you start running because you don't want to be uncool, you don't want to be left behind. And when I was at your age, even I felt that. There was so much of pressure. We all felt coming first means good. So you had to be first in class, score good marks. When we started working, again the same pressure. You had to perform, you had to grow. So that cycle kept on doing, but we did not realize why we are doing it. Is it really something we want to be? But so I've worked for about 20, 25 years. Worked in a lot of companies, built products, led teams. And one thing I've realized, you could be running fast, you could be growing, but you could be on the wrong track. If I take my running there, in a year I train for more than 300 hours. Yes, almost 1 hour a day. And most sessions are very meticulously planned. There is a pace for the day. If I'm working out in the gym, there is something that I have to achieve that day. Some workouts are good, some workouts are not. But the workouts that I enjoy the most are those where I actually don't listen to that and do what my body tells me to do. Those are the ones that are the most memorable ones. Even today morning, I just enjoyed my run because it was not as per plan, it was what I felt to do that day. And that's where I feel that understanding what your body is telling you, understanding what you really like makes a big, big difference. I've run more than 100 races. Some races I've done well, I've won. Some races I've not done well. But there are races which I clearly remember. I remember the race I ran in Madrid. I was coming out of an injury, and I struggled because a new country, I don't know, too cold for us. And during the run, I started falling behind my pace, my goal. So I stopped, I took a breath, and started focusing more on just enjoying the race. People were overtaking me, and very soon I started feeling my breath, feeling more in control of what I am doing. And I started picking pace. So it was one of my better runs, though I did struggle in the beginning. So that's what I feel. Sometimes you do well, not because you try harder. Sometimes you do well because you are calm. As I told you, I am also a data scientist. Sometimes I have to work to earn my bread. One of the things that we do at work is we analyze massive chunks of data to understand patterns of what consumers are looking for, what decisions they are making. And we see a lot of footprints of what people are doing, but most of that is actually noise. Most of that is really noise. So when a consumer comes on an app, they do multiple things, but only a few things that they do lead to a purchase decision, which is what we are interested in. Our lives are also like that. Noise is everything that the world is throwing at you. The signal is your why. The world tells you opinions, it shares expectations, trends, but you have to find why you want to do something. And when we stop running to outrun the noise and start running towards the signal, that is when we really run with purpose. And once you understand why you are doing something, once you get your signal, comparison is redundant. You don't need to be compared. You don't need comparison because you are doing something for a unique reason. And that's where your run starts becoming your race. Yeah, so people have asked me, you've tried so many times to achieve that sub-3. It's something I've been trying from 2019, so 6 years. Doesn't it hurt to miss the goal by just 67 seconds? You know, in 3 hours, you have like 10,800 seconds. 67 is not even 1% of that, so it's like less than 1%. So it would have hurt. Yes, it did. But actually, that race taught me a lot more than some of the other races I've done better. It taught me humility. It taught me discipline. And most importantly, it's taught me one thing that I want you all to delve on. We often believe that the goal is growth. Once you achieve your goal, you grow. But that's the biggest fallacy. There is no happiness or nothing lying behind that goal. Goals are actually like bait. The real growth happens is during the process that you are trying to achieve your goal. So if your goal is to go to a dream university in US or UK or wherever it is, you would have to study hard, you would have to apply, you would have to do a lot of things. All those things are what make you as a person. Not achieving, because that is momentarily. So for me, the growth was those hundreds of kilometers I did, which made me physically different from what I was, which made me mentally different from what I am, the way I think. I now can endure. I now can be resilient. And those are the real medals, not a sub-3. And that's what you have to understand. In running, if you see, there are 3 things which are very important. Pace, the pace at which you run, how much longer can you run, which is endurance, and then recovery. Life is also exactly like that. You can't start things very fast because everything great, Rome was not built in a day. Everything great takes time. So you have to pace yourself according to your purpose, according to your goal. Secondly, as I said, once you have that pace and you've set that consistency, you have to do it every day. Consistency beats intensity every time. You can note it down. Consistency is way, way more important than sharp bursts of intensity. And the third thing, if you're trying to do some things every day, there will be days where you will be tired. It's okay. You have to rest and recover whenever your body or your mind tells you to. So recovery is not stopping of progress. It is not slowing down of progress. It is part of progress. And remember that. I have a team of about 250 people. Most of them are very young analysts. Some of them are just out of college, maybe 3, 4, 5 years older than you. And I see a lot of them have incredible ambition. They want to be the CEOs very fast. They want to run their own companies. They want to own big houses, fast cars. They want to have six-pack, the dream vacation in Barcelona. You know the works. Everything that they want. And ambition is good. I like that. It often is fuel for your purpose. But you have to understand that if you start having to sprint too fast, you will burn out. So ambition is a fuel. It is to be used in a consistent way, not to burn it all. And it is always those who remain consistent that achieve whatever they want to in life. See, in marathons, the good part about marathons is you have all type of runners. There are some who will finish the marathon in 2 hours. The world record is about 2 hours 35 seconds, so you can understand that. And there are some runners who do it in 7 hours. There are some who are running like metronomes. They don't stop. They don't change their pace throughout. They run with that focus and singularity, while there are others who stop for selfies, who chat with the spectators, who have their kids, who will cheer them, who are running just to become a marathoner. The beauty is at the end of, whether it was 2 hours or 6 hours, 50 minutes, at the end of them, all of them have run that course. Everyone is a marathoner. Everyone has finished. And that's what life is. You all have your own paths. You all have your own timings. So don't run someone else's path. What you need to do is you need to find your why. If you want to get into economics, you need to understand why you like that subject, why you want to do that subject, not because your friend or your seniors did it. That is not the purpose. So don't run for applause, run for your own purpose. The second thing is, once you have decided on a goal, it won't come in a day, as I said. Respect the process that takes you towards that goal. Success isn't momentary. No great thing ever is built in a second. And success mostly is a lot of repeated processes that almost become like muscle memory. That's what you have to do. The last point in this is about how you should run with grace. You don't need to beat others to achieve your purpose. Yeah, you would feel that sometimes there can only be one person who can come first in class. But believe me, what you are looking at today is just a very small sliver of your life. You will have people who would have come 8th in the class and do much better in life versus the one who has come first. So ranking does not matter as long as your purpose is clear. So the next time someone overtakes you in a race or in something else, smile, don't jostle or push. You don't need to beat them. You just need to be better yourself. They're running their race, you're running yours. So don't panic. So when I look back at that race today, I don't think too much about that 3 hour, 1 minute, 7 seconds. Maybe sometimes I do, but mostly I don't. What I remember the most is those early mornings, waking up, making myself tea, getting ready, going to the stadium, the thousands of miles that are there on my Garmin, the discipline. That is what has stayed, and that is what has shaped me, both literally and mentally. So whatever race you're running, whether it's a career, whether it's some hobby, or whatever it is, the finish line is not out there, it's in here. And that is what is the most important thing. So every time you show up, every day you show up for that goal, every day you grow. Small, small steps, but you do grow. Every time you move forward, that is progress. Because in the long run, and yeah, life is a long one, so we will live for long. So in the long run, the only race that is worth winning is the one that makes you, you. Thank you.